Okay, so we've talked about identifying your target markets, creating a value proposition. Why would these customers want to buy from you, your product or service offering? How do you build relationships based on customer retention strategies? And where and how you and your customer are going to transact business. Those are channels. Then we also talked about, as you think about those different areas, what are some ways, excuse me, what are some ways for you to actually earn money through transacting with your customers? So now what I want to do is I want to take us I want to take us. Okay, I got to stop share. Try it again. I want to take us to the next aspects of our business model design, which are key activities and key partners. So here, I want you to think about your business processes. And what are business processes? Think about, who's going to do product design for you or service design? Are you going to do that yourself, or are you going to outsource that to a strategic partner? Who's going to be doing the manufacturing? Are you going to set up your own manufacturing facilities if you're dealing in a product? Or are you going to outsource manufacturing to a third-party contract manufacturer? Who's going to handle your distribution? In other words, do you have to have inventory? And if you do have inventory, are you going to store it yourself, or are you going to contract with an outside service to store and ship your inventory to your customers? Other things about key activities, are you going to have employees? And if so, who's going to manage the training and development of your employees? Or how are you going to handle payroll? Are you going to handle payroll in-house, or are you going to outsource the payroll services to an outside provider to do that on your behalf? So what I'm really suggesting to you is to think about, I'll call this business processes, with an emphasis here on doing it doing it in-house. These are business process responsibilities that you're going to build into your business model design because you're doing it in-house. So think about it that way. What are the activities that you want to be doing within your organization? Many times it becomes more cost effective for you to look at identifying for these business processes but this time I'll call it outsource. So think about the kind of strategic partners that you're going to have to work with to provide products and services to your target customers. So some of the processes you're going to do in-house, some of these business processes you're going to outsource to third-party providers. And I think that's important for you to consider. And early on, remember, most business startups are very constrained on resources. So while you might have a tendency to want to do everything in-house, many times it might be more cost effective, at least initially, to outsource some of those business processes, the manufacturing, maybe the inventory storage and distribution. Maybe instead of having an in-house sales force, you contract out with other distributors, or maybe instead of having your own in-house call center, you contract out with an outsourced call center. These are the strategic partner relationships that you should be considering. So here we are on the back end. What are you going to do in-house, number 6? And what kind of strategic partner relationships will you seek to establish with other companies to provide various critical services in combination with your services to better provide products and services to your customer base? So that's the key activities and key partners segment of this business model canvas. In the next segment, I want to talk about resource requirements and cost structure.